Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Amanda and today I am so excited to be bringing to you my very first barre class for this channel. What you're going to need for your workout today is something to hold onto, like a table or a chair. You might want to consider wearing socks or being barefoot depending on the floor that you're using. And for later on in the workout, we will need a mat or you can use a carpet. We're going to start today's workout in first position. So bringing your heels together, turning your toes out, making sure you're turning out from your hips. You're going to zip up the legs from the heels all the way up to the upper thigh as you grow up and lengthen through the body, relaxing the shoulders as you pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Now extend the arms out so that they're both in second position, and we're going to start with a single plie and then releve, so lift up the heels and then push them down. So as you continue to do this, make sure you're relaxing the shoulders. Also make sure you maintain your turnout, so you don't want your knees to conk in as you plie, and as you releve you want to keep the turnout as well. Lovely. Keep growing tall, keep extending your arms. And here is your last one. Now on your next plie, you're going to bend the knees, hold there, lift up the heels, and then stretch up and push the heels down. Now as you push the heels down, you want to feel a bit of resistance as if you're pushing a nail or something like that into the ground. Now let's reverse it. So lift up, bend the knees, push the heels down, and then stretch up. And each time you want to be growing and extending through the body, and especially as you bring the thighs back together, you want to feel that sensation of zipping it all up. Now step out to second position as we come into some demi-plies. Things to think about here is to make sure your spine remains up straight, that you're not sticking your bottom out as it's not a squat, it's a plie, and your knees should remain over your toes but not going past your toes. On your next plie, stay down and pulse for 3, squeezing up at the end. Good, 3 more. Keep growing, keep lengthening through the arms and the body. And here's your last one. Lovely. We're now going to come into a plie, lifting one heel and then dropping. Lift the heel, stretch and drop. So just one heel lifting up at a time. Good, grow tall. You've got 2 more with this leg and then we're going to change. So your arms here are optional. Let's change legs. And if you want to do them, just keep remembering to lengthen. You can keep them a little bit flowy if you want, which is quite fun to do. But try keep your elbows lifted as high as you can so that they don't drop under the wrists. And that way you're really going to be working the arm muscles at the same time. And here's your last 2. And then get ready to come into a balance. So grow up tall, lift up your heels, find that inner balance through growing tall and finding extension. Lovely. Into some side lunges. So reach over towards the bar and then over to the other side. We're really aiming to get a lovely stretch through the side body. So that top arm, reach it as far over as you can. And stretch out the foot. One more on each side. Lovely. All right, we're going to come into some lunges, so bring your right foot forward. Make sure the feet are parallel as we drop the knee down towards the ground and lift up. Here we go. 8, 7. So the whole time making sure your front knee is not pushing past your toes. You also want to make sure that your body is up nice and high. All right, we're going to come down and pulse after this one. So come down, lift up your heel, and then stay low as we pulse for 8 counts. Lovely. Your thighs might be burning right now, and that's okay. They are just working hard. And again, let's pulse it down. 4, 3, 2, up on 1. Lovely. We're going to come over onto the other leg, so bring the left leg forward. Once again, feet are parallel. Drop the knee down towards the ground as you come into your single lunges. Still growing up tall, make sure you're breathing. All right, let's get ready to lift up the heel. So this time, come down, lift up the heel and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, come up on 1. Good, again, 8, 7. Lovely. Make sure that back knee is pointing down towards the ground. And come up. Lovely. Bring the feet together. Well done. For this next exercise, face the bar and extend your right leg behind you, bending into the supporting leg and keeping the back up straight. We are going to be lifting up the right leg to the back for 8. Here we go. And 8, bring it down. 7, good. Now as you do this, make sure you're not arching the back. You really just want to activate the glutes and pull the belly button in towards the spine. 2 more. And then we're going to hold it up and pulse. Here we go for 16 counts. Make sure that your supporting leg remains bent and that your spine remains up, arms relaxed, and that you are squeezing in the glutes. Now I love this next one. We're going to cross our leg over to the left-hand side of the body and then make a big arch over to the other side. Here we go. So as you do this, focus on keeping the body upright and having only the movement taking place in your hip. Keep extending and no rocking around in your supporting leg. And here comes your last one. And then you're going to bring your feet together, lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, keeping the spine up straight as you isolate the hips side to side. Now this is a beautiful exercise. It's going to get your legs working as well as your obliques. So really try and keep the head the same height. Bend as much as you can as you isolate that hip. Try and shorten the space between your ribs and the top of each hip. Lovely. All right, let's come over to the other leg. So bend the right leg as your supporting leg as we lift up and down for 8. Good. Remember to hold the spine up straight, hold the tummy in, and careful not to feel this in your lower back. You really want to isolate the glutes. All right, we're coming up to our pulses. Here we go. So there's 16 of these, and then we're going to come over to the arches. Excellent. Now let's cross the leg over, arch over to the other side, and remember to try keep the body as still as possible. Anchor your supporting leg into the ground while relaxing the shoulders and the chest. We have 2 more. And then we're going to bring the legs together, lifting up the heels, bending the knees, straight spine, and this time isolating the hips so that we are going in some circles. So make a really big circle, right, front, left, and back. Trying to keep the same height, pushing down through the legs, and really using all of your muscles in the ab section to really isolate that hip and get it moving round in the biggest circles you can. Perfect. Right, we're going to come down onto the floor right now, so grab a mat if you have one, otherwise just use a carpeted area. I'm going to give you a few seconds just to grab whatever you need, and I'll meet you down on the floor. When you're ready, roll down onto your mat, pulling your belly button towards your spine, and get ready for some bicycles. So we're going to start off really slow, pulling your knee over your hip if you can, which will make it a little bit harder. So as we do this, just focus on the positioning here, push your spine into the mat, keep your knee over the hip without pulling it in towards your chest. Now we are going to speed this up, so here we go, and swap. And swap. Keep going. Still focusing on not pulling your knee closer in towards the chest. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and we're going to slow it down. So hold it and hold. Excellent. Good. All right, 4 more slow. And the lower you bring your straight leg down towards the mat, the harder you are making it. Let's speed it up. Go. Excellent. Keep pulling your belly button in. You've got 8 more singles. Here's your last 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Pull those knees into your chest and breathe. Now the next few exercises are all about the glutes. So bring your feet hip distance apart and roll the spine up, lifting the hips as high as possible. We're going to squeeze the glutes and then drop them halfway. Keep going. Now remember, if you're pushing up the spine, then you are going to end up with a sore lower back. So make sure that your lower back is straight and that you are using the glutes for all of the work. Great. We're going to come into some pulses now. So lift up high and pulse, pulse. Squeezing those glutes, pushing into your heels, and really get your mind into your glutes so that you are activating them and making sure that they are working, because they are a lazy group of muscles that often try and allow a different group to take over the work. Great job. Come down. We're now going to bring the feet together, roll the hips back up, and then open up the knees. You might need to roll over onto your feet as you pulse your knees open, open, open the whole time. Keep those glutes up super high as you do this, remembering to protect your lower spine by holding the tummy in tight. I love this exercise and I hope you are enjoying it as well. Good. Nearly there. Keep going. Excellent job. All right, let's bring those knees back and roll the spine back down, pulling the knees in and just relaxing for a second. We're going to come over onto our stomach because we always need to look after our backs as well. So bring your hands underneath your forehead as we lift up and then bring it down. As you inhale, lift up, pull those elbows wide, and as you exhale, you're going to lower down to the ground. You want to squeeze your glutes and squeeze your legs at the same time. And then if you can, take your arms out to the side. This is going to make it harder. So if you need to keep your hands under your forehead, keep them there. And then the next step is going to be to take our arms overhead, which is the hardest version. So we're going to end this exercise with our arms overhead, remembering that you have every option that you can do. So hands under the forehead, hands to the side, or hands overhead. Beautiful. Let's push up onto hands and knees, roll out the spine, and then bring the hands slightly forward and lift up your left leg to the back. We're coming into some push-ups, so bring the chest and the chin down to the ground, being very aware of not ducking the head down. You're not trying to headbutt the floor. You're trying to bring your chest down to the ground. Excellent job. Nearly there. Last one. Good. Now bring the hands back in, so hands are under the shoulders. Pull the knee in and kick the leg back. Good. As you do this, you want to again protect the lower back. So make sure that as you're taking that leg to the back, it is a controlled movement, that you aren't kicking it wildly. Beautiful. Lovely. Let's go over to the other side. So step those hands forward again as we come into our push-ups. 8 on this side. Lovely. Hold the tummy tight. Expand the spine. So always growing. Lengthen the space from the top of your head to your heel. Here's your last one. And then we're going to step the hands back under the shoulders. Bring the knee into the nose and lift up. We've got 8 here. Once again, remembering to look after the spine. So support the lower back by pulling the belly in. Now, as always, a stretch is really, really important. So I'm going to link over here for you a link to a video for a full body stretch. Please ensure that you do the full stretch, as it is always better for your body to recover through a good stretch. I hope you enjoyed that. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. And if you enjoyed that video, please hit the like button and share with your friends. See you soon.